مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear students. This is teacher Mohanned again with you with a new lesson. It's grammar, conditionals 0, 1, and 2. So open your students book page 78 and 79 on exercises A and B, and please pay attention. We have two objectives for today, which are: 1. Answer 6 questions about the conditionals after reading the examples and complete the rules provided. 2. Fill in the spaces using the correct form of the verb in brackets in 15 sentences. Let's begin. Look at these GIFs and tell me what you think. Eating much, driving fast, working hard, and as you can see from the last one, it's a fish outside of water. So first of all, we are going to watch a video, and then we are going to do the following. The following is talking about the following GIFs. So I will leave you with the video right now, dear students, and then we are going to do what is required.
0 conditional. If and the present simple in condition, present simple in the result. When the result is always true, a fact. If you respect the planet, you recycle your rubbish. If you don't recycle your rubbish, you don't respect the planet. If you drive a car, you probably use petrol. If you don't drive a car, you probably don't use petrol. First conditional. If and the present simple in condition, and the result with will or won't. The result of probable situations. If we clean the oceans, the fish will live. If we don't clean the oceans, the fish won't live. If we plant more trees, the forests will grow. Unless we plant more trees, the forests won't grow. Second conditional. If and past simple in condition, and would or wouldn't in result. The result of improbable situations. If the North Pole melted tomorrow, your city could be underwater. If you didn't have a boat, you wouldn't like that. If you went to space, you would need a space suit. If we didn't have the ozone layer, the sun would burn us. If, unless. Respect, recycle, drive, use, clean, live, plant, grow, melt, be, have, like, go, need, earn. 0 first and second conditionals.
Okay, having watched the video, now we can talk about the pictures. First of all, look at the first one. I think we can say that if you eat much, you will get fat. The second one, if you drive fast, you will make an accident. The third one, if you work hard, you will pass. And the last one, if a fish jumps out of water, it dies. See the difference between the first three statements and the last one. We shall see later. Let's move to the next slide. Conditional sentences type 0, 1, and 2. Read the examples and answer the questions. If or when ice melts, it turns into water. Does this sentence refer to something that is likely to happen or to a general truth or fact? Well, heating ice and turning into water is not something likely to happen. It is a general truth. It is a general truth, yes. 2. If my neighbors grow bad corn, I will grow bad corn too. Does this sentence refer to the present and future or the past? Obviously, it refers to the present and the future. 3. Does the speaker think that this is likely to happen? When you use conditional type 1, the present simple and will plus the base form, it means that things are likely to happen. So the answer will be yes, he does. What about the next one? If I were a scientist, I would try to find a solution to the problem of global warming. Is the speaker a scientist? Well, when someone says, if I were a scientist, if I were rich, if I were a doctor, it means that he is not a scientist. He is not rich. He is not a doctor. So the answer would be, no, he isn't. 5. Is it likely that the speaker will find a solution? When you use the second conditional, it means that it is unlikely or it isn't likely that something will happen. No, it isn't. The last one, does the sentence refer to the past, refers to the present, future, or the past? No, it does not refer to the past. So the answer would be present and future. Now we are going to complete these rules. Read the examples again and complete the rules below. Conditional sentences type 0 are used to talk about general truth or facts. It begins with if or when plus the present simple and the main clause also present simple. Conditional sentences type 1 expresses something which is likely to happen in the present or the future. If in the beginning, present simple, and the main clause can include will, can, must, may, might, should, plus the base form of the verb, or imperative. For example, if you hear the bell, answer it. If your phone rings, answer it. If you have a test tomorrow, study well. Now let's move to the third or the final conditional. Conditional sentences type 2. It expresses something imaginary or unreal or unlikely to happen in the present or the future. Again, in the present or in the future, but it is unlikely to happen. It begins with if, the past simple, and in the main clause, we use would or could plus the base form. Okay, we have a word wall game to play. Let's see. Zero conditional. We are going to choose a piece of information from this section and put it in the right place. We use the present simple in both halves of the sentence. Both halves of the sentence. The main clause, the if clause, and the main clause. I think this is zero conditional. It describes a situation which has a consequence that is generally or always true. That is a fact. And it goes with the zero conditional. We use the present simple in the half of the sentence with if and will or won't plus the infinitive or the base form. This is the first conditional. It describes an improbable or imaginary situation in the present or future and its consequence. Imaginary situation, it goes with the second conditional. It describes a possible situation in the present or future and its consequence. Possible or likely, it means it's a first conditional. We can use it to give advice when we have if I were you. That is the second conditional. And we use the past simple in the half of the sentence with if and would or wouldn't plus the infinitive in the other half. That is the second conditional, I assume. Let's submit our answers and see. We got them all right. Okay, let's go back to our lesson. We have a new objective and new task here. We are going to complete the dialogue with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. What would you do if you suddenly a lot of money and became rich? Look here, dear students. I'm pointing at would. Would means that this conditional is a second conditional. And we are going to complete the space here using the past simple of when, because this is the second conditional. It is one. Two. Well, if I rich, I travel. If I rich, I travel. Which means that you are not rich. Which means that it is the second conditional. Which means that you need to add or to write were in space number 2. I would travel. I love traveling. When you travel, you learn so much about other countries and cultures without realizing it. This is a fact. And in fact, we use the zero conditional. In zero conditional, we use the present simple in one half and also present simple in the other half. So the answers would be in 4 and 5. Travel, learn. That's true. But if I a lot of money, which means that you don't have a lot of money. So it's the second conditional. If I had a lot of money, I would start my own business, because this is the second conditional. Like what? Well, if I the chance to do anything. This is also the second conditional. I would open a restaurant. My dream is to become famous. A famous chef. A chef, that is impossible. You don't know how to cook anything. I can easily learn anything. If I can easily learn anything. This is the second half of the first conditional. So it is decide. If I a chef, I very successful, I am sure. If I become, this is also the first conditional. I will be very successful, I am sure. I am sure of one thing. You a chef unless. Unless, dear students, is used instead of if not. So this is the first conditional. You won't be or you won't become a chef unless you take some courses. So start studying harder. This is imperative, dear students, and this is conditional one. Start studying harder if you want to get into a college. It's a word wall game. Let's start. If I were rich, I'd buy a house in Paris. This what kind of conditional is this? Zero, first, or second? I think it's second because it has where as the past simple, and would. What will we do if the car breaks down? What will we do? This is the first conditional because it has will here. If you don't eat well, you feel hungry. If you don't eat well, you feel hungry. As you can see here, we have here present simple and here present simple. There is no will or can here, so this is a zero conditional. If John plays well, he will win the cup. This is the short form of will, as you can see here where I am pointing. So this is the first conditional. If I were you, this is very easy. It's second conditional. Okay, dear students, we have homework here. Please open your workbook on page 67 and do exercises A, B, and C. Goodbye, dear students, and see you next time.